Alright. Alright, where am I going? Where? Am I going all the way up here? This one has a teleporter. I'm not walking. Screw that. Might be slower, honestly, because it still has to load, I think, when you teleport, even if you're in the same. Ding. Hey, Harshafond. Oh, the unmistakable swagger of a well-traveled adventurer. If you are come to pay your respects, be at ease, friend. I am not one to stand on formality. Do you like my massive desk? Truth be told, I would gladly welcome many and more brave souls like yourself, but enough chatter. Pray tell me, why have you come? If there is any justice in the world, these charges will receive no serious consideration. Interesting. So he actually said, hey guy, this person warned me that I'm being framed as a heretic. Okay, that's cool. I'm kind of into that. That's nice. That's like, yeah. Before you hear it from someone else, I'm not a heretic. This person actually warned me that people are going to soon accuse me of heresy. And because of this, I would like you to help this person. Okay. That's solid. It is beyond inconceivable. Ah, yes. The letter made mention of a pressing matter, of which you required assistance. What might that be? Ha 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 ha. So, this enterprise you speak of was last seen above Porthos before the calamity 5 years ago. I fear it may prove difficult to find any eyewitnesses to these events. For while Ishgard did not participate in the Battle of Carteneau, we were embroiled in our own internal conflicts at the time. Apparently time wasn't even on the text box yet. I just assumed that's how the sentence ended. Which makes sense. I'm not, like, amazed at myself. Nevertheless, I will make inquiries on your behalf and share with you my findings in the future. In the meantime, please enjoy the hospitality of Camp Dragonhead. I will see that you are afforded every courtesy as a guest of House Fortemps. Cool, thanks. Such as pants? Such as pants. Lord Harshafond has a proposal for how you might participate in his investigation. As you have doubtless realized by now, the high houses of Ishgard, House Fortemps included, are either unable or unwilling to offer you formal assistance in your search. Yeah, I have noticed. However, that does not mean that there are not influential individuals within each house who are sympathetic to your cause. I shall be sending missives to their various representatives in Ishgard, though I suspect it will be quicker and more efficient if you were make inquiries of your own. Lady Nene of mine own House Fortemps, who resides here in Camp Dragonhead, rather enjoys the company of travelers. There is also Cravelin of House Javelin, who can be found at Skyfire Locks, though any information you pry from the scribe may prove difficult to parse. I should say, for anyone who's only listening, it was not actually Cravelin of House Javelin. I was joking. It's House Hollinard. Or Hayanar, I don't know. Have you spoken with the chief astrologian of House Durandare yet? Really? Perhaps he will be more accommodating once I inform him that you are a friend of House Fortemps. Do not concern yourself with House Do not concern yourself with House Dismay. Do not concern yourself. With like, don't. Like, I'm not even gonna bother mentioning them by name. You shouldn't concern yourself with them that much. You think it's Zamael? Yeah, it's probably Zamael. Okay. You put a D there. I want to pronounce it. I shall contact them myself. Seek the counsel of the three I mentioned, and return to me when finished. Hello, good friend. Hey! Hey, you guys showed up! Have you been following me this whole time? And I haven't noticed you? I'm glad I noticed you. Incidental dialogue is like, whoa, it's a giant... Ah, I said. I'm glad we left the observatorium. The people there were not friendly. You were there? I just straight up didn't see you. I walked through the observatorium and didn't even notice that you, like, spawned in the city. That's so funny. That's very funny. I really like the incidental dialogue. The, like, we are going on a quest, and there's, like, the quest, like, actual dialogue that you have to get through and usually really dry. And then there's, like, the people that are just kind of, like, the normal people in the town won't react to what's going on because they're a fixed element, but there will be these, like, story characters that you don't need to talk to but will be present and you can talk to them, and then they actually comment on what's going on, and that is like the best stuff. The like, hey, here's someone you don't need to talk to but will acknowledge what is going on. And yet I didn't even notice Sid and Alphanod. They're apparently back in the observatorium, but I just straight up didn't see them. Glad we left the observatorium. The people there were not friendly. Though even here, I can feel eyes upon us. We are not safe. Oh, how do you sound like Alphanod? We came to find an airship, yet now we meddle in Ishgardian affairs of state. Oops, sorry. Gods, if Alice were here, I would never hear the end of it. Game... I mean, it's the same old thing. It's the same old thing. I'm not saying anything new. Either commit, either like say, you know what, yes, we built a good game. Or build a better game. Don't include these lines where you're like, hey, guess what? This is pretty annoying, right? Huh? Like, just don't do it. This door doesn't open. It must be in that building there that I needed to go into. Like, yes, you're right, NPC. This is a huge waste of time, and it should not be, like, necessary to progress the plot. Yes, other people who are not the PC would have punched somebody if they were in my shoes. Acknowledging that doesn't make that less annoying, right? You look cool. What's up, Nene? Why, hello, good madam. What's that? An airship, you say? I hate to disappoint you, but I know nothing of what you seek. Likely no one of House Fortemps does, for if they did, I would definitely know as well. The topic on everyone's lips these days is what will become of young Lord Francel. He did look young, didn't he? Some say that the allegations are long overdue. Wait, how quickly did the heretic allegations spread? That just happened! Ah! Some say the allegations are long overdue, given how many members of House Halinar have been found guilty of heresy in recent days. In recent days? Oh wow, this is a setup. Holy crap. I mean, we knew it was a setup, but you should know it's a setup too, considering the proximity of those. I mean, I guess if people were to be found out, they'd all probably get found out at once, but it's kind of worse if they're not being found out all at once, but they're all happening, like, in proximity to each other. Time proximity. Chronal proximity. Chronal? Chronic. Nope, that's something. Hello! Cravelin of House Javelin. Hello! Hello! Grant me strength. There must be some way to... Hey, who are you? A friend of Lord Harshafont? I want to help you, I truly do, but these accusations of heresy have thrown House Helena into chaos. Hyanart? I don't care. Right now, we must focus on combating these charges and persevering our reputation. Preserving, not persevering. Okay, bye. Oh, why didn't I realize this sooner? Yes, this is the classic format of talk to a bunch of people who know nothing, then report back, have the person go, oh, that didn't work, huh? Let's try plan B. This happens too often. Like, if you did this once or twice and they were spaced enough apart, I might be like, oh, that's kind of funny. But, like, it's like every major quest arc has at least one segment like this. I gather you've been busy since last we spoke. Lord Harshafont's missive was positively glowing, but if you think that his endorsement is cause for me to disregard Ashgardian policies, then you are sorely mistaken. We're at war, madam, and the enemy grows bolder by the day. Why, in the short time since Inquisitor Guillemont, Guillemont, I don't think you pronounced the L's, right? You're thinking of, like, Spanish, where two L's are like a Y sound? Well, what is it in French? I don't know. Guillemont arrived at Corthus. Countless heretics have... Wait. In the short time since Inquisitor Guillaume arrived in Corthus, countless heretics have been discovered. Uh-huh. Yeah? Is that it? Is that true? Wow. How interesting. What? Wait, how much short time? Think of, like, guillotine. Guillaume. I thought this was like a respected house, like a noble house. How does a noble house just show up a few days ago? That doesn't mean it. What? Alright. I don't know what's going on. Even amongst the elite of Ishgardian society. If Lord Harshafont... Goodbye, Graver. Harshafont wants to waste his days chasing after a long-lost airship, then that is his choice. But if he expects others to share in his folly, then he is truly blind to the present state of affairs. Okay, bye. Do 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 do. A lot of this stuff just needs a little tweaking, and it wouldn't require, like, really extra writing or extra, like, quest design. It's about paring away, right? It's about cutting the fat. So, I've heard that they did go through all of A Realm Reborn and, like, trim it down significantly, and yet somehow it's still like this. Hello, Harshafont. By your countenance, I take it you did not learn anything of use. Wow. I'm used to hearing that, man. I've been hearing that a lot. Nor did I. I fear it seems the whole of Corthus is consumed by this talk of heretics in the high houses. We can only hope that my sources in Ishgard proper provide more pertinent information. Sorry, what is your goal in all this again? Are you just like helping me because I like one good turn deserves another, or are you also like, you know what? We should figure out what's up with all these heretics. Someone's setting us up. Or I don't know how. Okay, there's something I do actually want to talk about, which is I would recommend this game. I would recommend this game and recommend not reading any dialogue and skipping through all of it. But I would recommend this game. I actually have enjoyed playing it. What I think's weird, though, is that I have been reading all the dialogue, and I have no idea what's going on. Like, what? Play the game, skip the dialogue, and start reading it at Heaven's Word. It's supposed to be good. I can't attest to it. I haven't played it. Read your side quest dialogue. Do that, but even reading it, I don't know what's going on right now. It's so unrelated to the main quest. Ugh. Can I talk to you again? Yeah, okay, cool. Lord Hushafal is concerned for Lord Francel's well-being. I should probably not keep calling him Hushafal, huh? Probably has a proper pronunciation. I had another personal request to make of you. It concerns Lord Francel, of whom much has been whispered in recent days. Really? Recent days? Has it been that long? Because it has not been that long. Or have there been whisperings prior to my involvement? Which are you trying to imply? I have received a report that he and 3 knights were seen heading north towards the Steel Vigil. The outpost was long ago overrun by a Dravian horde, so I am not certain what he intends to accomplish with such a small force. Whatever his motives, I fear for his safety. Pray journey to the Steel Vigil and see if Lord Francel's party requires assistance. I think this might be a dungeon. This sounds like it might be a dungeon. Is this a dungeon? I feel like I've heard of the Steel Vigil. The Steel Vigil. I just want to do some fishing. This place is so pretty. Maybe I'll do some fishing after the stream. The environment design is really good in this game. It's just gorgeous. I know right now everything looks kind of crap because it's foggy. I can imagine designing a game where you just oh yeah, just in this world there's no ugly weather. We just didn't bother to make it. It's a fantasy world, we can do that. But I don't mind there being fog. I think it's fine. But I can imagine someone designing a game like that. She's like, no, Hi, who are you? Sup, friend? Am I supposed to look for you? So fast, so strong. We're no match. You okay there? Alright. I guess I'll just not help you. How about you, other unsettled knight? Were you unsettled too? Unnerved. It's not safe here. We must flee. Uh-huh. Search for Francel. Okay, so you are nobodies. I don't care about you. I'm only looking for Francel. I got it now. I understand. Oh, I can just kind of ignore stuff. Hey, unfit knight. Man. Where's Lord Francel? Please, you must find him. They will interrupt a conversation. It's nice you don't get knocked off your mount when you take damage. Oh, that's Francel. Found him. Oh, do I have to kill you? I don't feel like killing you. Who goes there? What voice did I give this guy? I don't know. Darcy, no. Stay back. This fiend's still here. What fiend? Oh, this fiend. Alright, cool. Alright, so now I'm fighting like a giant dragon for, I don't know, like, I guess theoretically there are reasons, because, you know, this entire section is based off of like, hey, dragons are big deal scary things. And they're like evil too, and maybe gods, I don't know. So like, cool, alright, I'm into that, that's fine. Dead. There's also these like other enemies, but I only had to kill the boss enemy. These ones are just actually, which is weird. When you, oh hey, I can talk to you now. I guess because I can tell you that Francis is not dead, or Francel. I'm gonna help you up. I couldn't do it before for some reason. Confound it. Confound it all. How are we to redeem House Heanart if we cannot even slay a single Avis? We are fortunate you came along when you did. House Heanart will remain in your will remember your kindness. This is pretty reasonable. It's like there's a big one that's scary. You should kill it. That gives us an opportunity to, you know, beat it. Because legit, if I did, I don't know if I had the opportunity to help these people without killing that. Probably not. But if I did, the monster would have been interrupting my aid attempt. So like there is some like narrative mechanical interaction there, at least. I heard the beast's cry from over yonder. Then Lord Francel is safe. Bless you. Bless you, miss. Bless you. Bye. Curse those fiends. It's as though they knew we were coming. I bet they did. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright. Oh, do I have to go back to Francel now? Did Francel tell me to go, like, help his troops? Because I, like, don't remember him saying that despite actually reading aloud what he said. Sometimes I think it's easier to hear things when you're not the one saying them. It was a foolish thing to do. I know, but I had hoped we might demonstrate our devotion to slaying a number of the Scalekin. Moreover, it was House Heanart that yielded the Steel Vigil to the Horde many years ago. One might say that our defeat here heralded the slow decline of our house's once great name. We have been brought even lower by these despicable accusations of heresy, and despite my best efforts, I have done naught to improve the situation. The day of my trial approaches soon. Soon I must accept the judgment of the Inquisitors, whatever it may be. But even should my protestations fall on deaf ears, I will proclaim my innocence to my dying breath. Okay. It's interesting how much they're trying to, like, establish the lore of this area. Like, I've been playing this game for a long time now. I don't know how many hours, but, like, it's a lot. And, I mean, Final Fantasy game is... If you don't spend 100 hours on a Final Fantasy game, was it really a Final Fantasy game? So, like, I get it. They're long. But it's really interesting just now trying to start telling this piece of lore. Like, yeah, maybe this is, like, a relatively isolated northern nation, but it's still, like, world lore that there's, like, dragons in the stars or something. Again, I don't really know what's going on. And I guess that's the other thing. It's not only are they just now getting to it, they're not explaining it well. They're, like, being like, we're going to gloss over this and imply that there's some rich, deep lore here, but we're not really going to tell it to you. Yeah. What did you find in the Steel Vigil? Ah, I see. A reckless plan. What was his plan? But at least it did not cost him life, and his knights theirs either. Ugh. Cost him and his knights their lives. I have news for you as well. A witness to the final flight of the Enterprise has been found. Alas, there is a complication, of course. It has become common knowledge that you paid a visit to Lord Francel at Skyfire Lock not long ago. Upon learning of this, the witness became understandably reticent to make your acquaintance, for fear of being seen in the company of a woman who might later be declared a heretic. Oh, I'll definitely be declared a heretic, but also I'm not, like, part of your weird institution. So, can I even be a heretic if I'm not a believer? I don't know. Yes! Shut up. Go away. Ignore that. A not unreasonable fear, given the zeal in which Inquisitor Guillaume. Why? Stop caring. Just read it. Okay. The zeal in which Inquisitor Guillaume has conducted his investigations. In any case, if we wish to obtain his testimony, we must first clear Lord Francel's name, and by association, yours. Thank you for the level 36 weapon coffer. It has a weapon from level 36 to level 38. Lord Harshafan Lord Harshafan suspects that someone is conspiring against Lord Francel. As I see it, the key to proving Lord Francel's innocence is discrediting the evidence against him. I speak of the draconian rosary found in the chest you yourself recovered. If you would, please tell me of the incident in question. Apparently, I told him between those two text boxes. So it was found in a locked chest, labeled as the property of Lord Francel. If the rosary was not his, then someone else with access must have planted it. You know, you make a good point, and I should have realized this sooner, but yes, they said, someone tampered with the box, but it's lock-held firm. They clearly didn't get inside. They replaced the lock. I should have thought of that. I didn't, until just now. But yeah, duh. Here's what you must do. Return to Skyfire Locks and speak with Rickman. Rickman? Alan? He works closely with the porters who ferry goods across Corvus, so he may have some inkling of who could be responsible. Nice. Nice. Let's go talk to Rickman. Miss that guy. Oh, hey. What's up, Sid? Alphanod? Anything new to say, or are you just going to be like, glad we're still not in the observatorium, those guys suck? Yeah, okay. Same dialogue. Great. Great and good. Ba-da-da-down-down. Down here, following the evidence. This is a level 38 quest, so I'm realizing something. This quest line started at like level 34 or something. And I haven't really done anything of note. It's just been walking from people to people. So like, the game has decided that I should have leveled up from level 34 to level 38 during the quest that I've done like just today. Like just today. And maybe I would have, because it does give a lot of experience. But like, you're just going to have nothing significant happen across 4 levels, really? Alright, recommend. Someone tampering with shipments? Fury strike me down. If all them rosaries found in our people's possession were planted. Hey now, don't you give me that look. My house Helenart. Hey, Hyatt. Halet. Are those eyes or A? Hey now. Hey now, don't give me that look, lass. I'm House Hey Now's man through and through. This heresy nonsense is bad for me and my family too. I ain't saying the porters what were bringing the shipments did it, though. I know most of them that work the trade routes, and I've never had cause to question their faith, so I didn't question their faith. So I guess they actually might be behind it now that I think about it. That's only logical. No, I'm just messing. Okay. But if it wasn't them, neither, then your guess is as good as mine. After all, most every shipment is thoroughly inspected before it. Eh? Could it been the fellows that were responsible for the inspections? Ha! Ishgardian knights and inquisitors, the lot of them. As if they'd ever turn their cloaks. Reckon that means the porters are your most likely suspects. Oh. Wait, he actually is saying that it probably is the porters. Huh. I'm just joshing, but wow. Hate to think it, but maybe you should question them. There's a crew coming to Camp Dragonhead from White Brim Front this morning. You might consider having a word with them. I like White Brim Front. It needs an aetheryte core, though. It's really annoying not having... Oh, it's bright outside now. I like the mountains. They're pretty. Where am I? Apathetic porter. Ha, yeah. Beg your pardon. You suspect that the porters have been planting draconian rosaries? Darcy, come on. You're just gonna, like, give the game away right out the gate? You need to learn how to question somebody. Beg your pardon. You suspect the porters have been planting draconian rosaries in Hall Hyanar's shipments. What nerve! If you truly believe that such nonsense, search your parcels and see what you find. Oh, hi, parcels. Were these always here? Probably. They're just shiny now. You find a draconian rosary. Alright, cool, great. You find her draconian rosary hidden inside the parcel. Wow. It sounds like they weren't actually necessarily... I mean, okay, considering they were like, we have nothing to hide, they probably didn't do it. They just legitimately did not care enough to check. And they're like, I don't care. They're like a Walmart worker. No offense to Walmart workers. You do hard work for low pay. Are we finished? If so, I would appreciate an apology. Well, actually, I found two draconian rosaries. The band of an unbeliever and enemy of the Holy See. I don't know what the Holy See is, because it's spelled S-E-E, if that wasn't clear. It probably isn't, because it's, you know, very tiny font, and you're not probably reading every word. You're letting me read it. That's kind of the point. But that's impossible. Once the Knights of Brightwind Front concluded her inspection, I loaded the parcels into the wagon myself. Yeah, it was them, huh? And if I had been the culprit, I would have never allowed you to search my shipments. Say what you will to Lord Hotterhall. I will not be held accountable for this. I mean, your logic is so good, but also, it's like, I would totally have done that if I planted them, right? Like, it's such a good defense that you can't actually trust the defense. Like, it's so good that it's a good thing to do if you were, like, it's both good and terrible, right? It's like, well, your logic can't be that you wouldn't have let me look at them, and therefore you should believe me. Because if that worked to convince me that I shouldn't be suspicious of you, then it would have been a good thing to do if you actually were the culprit. This was a long-winded rant. I should not have gone on this. I need to stop. Alright. Who am I talking to? Whoa! It's a boat! It's a space boat! Woo! See, that's what one of the tiny chocobos looks like. Did something happen outside? I thought I heard shouting. Ah. But more importantly, what did Rickman have to say? I found these draconian rosaries. Boop. Boop. More draconian rosaries. Every single parcel bound for Skyfire locks. Actually, I looked at 3 of them and I found 2 rosaries. Unless I'm keeping one for myself, I'm not sure. But either way, I showed you only 2, so not every parcel. So I don't really know what to make of that, but yeah. This beggars belief. Even the Inquisitors must acknowledge that this is more than a crass attempt to sully House Hyanart's reputation. Whoever is responsible has overplayed his hand. They have overplayed their hand, but also, we could be, like, counter-planting evidence? I don't know where we would have got the Draconaring rosaries from, but, like, we could have. Right? We could have planted extra evidence to be like, look, there's no possible way that this is, like, real. It must be someone planting evidence, even though we planted the evidence, which doesn't point fingers at someone else, but it does clear the other guy's name. I guess that wouldn't actually do that. I don't know. I'm in a rambly mood tonight, apparently. And praise Halon that he did. Lord Francel's trial is upon us, and we must act now if we're to clear his name. Cool, so I'm gonna close the stream down, guys. I'm gonna, I'll see you next week. I'm not doing that. That's not clear. What is going on? Someone, like, sat down in this person's chair. MMOs are cool. Lord Horshavan needs your help to clear Lord Francel's name. From the very first, I knew it could not be that so many members of House Hyanart were heretics. At last, we can give the lie to these poisonous allegations and put an end to this travesty. Okay, so yeah, he is helping me because it helps him put the rest of the stuff. Cool. Into it. Awesome. Good. I mean, probably. I will need to prepare a formal statement regarding these developments for the Holy See. In the meantime, I would have you bear my words to Inquisitor Brigitte, I don't know. Tell her that House Fortemps asks, nay demands, that Lord Francel's trial be postponed until a full investigation has been conducted. I always have such convenient timing. If they, like, gave me some sort of weird superpower that, like, made me have really, like, important timing when I showed up to places, that'd be funny. Yeah, you have nothing new to say. Hey, Brigitte. You cold? They gave me a replica of the robes that you wear at this place. That actually is kind of interesting that happened, right? Like, because there are quest rewards, which are not usually acknowledged by the, like, narrative of the game. It's not like I showed up and they're like, well, if you're going to be hanging around, you should at least look the part. Choose one of these clothes options, right? Like, they didn't do that. But I do have these clothes that are the same as theirs, right? It's the same, model. It's the same skin. Because it was given to me as a quest reward in this region. Like, weird. And not like a side quest reward, like a main quest reward, right? What is it, my child? Lord Haurchefant would have the Inquisitors do what? But that is not possible. Inquisitor Guillaume presides over Lord Francel's trial at Witch Drop even as we speak. Witch Drop. Because they're heretics. Fear not. If Lord Francel is indeed innocent, he shall walk in Halon's hall with the fallen heroes of Ishgard. It's a classic, we'll throw the witch down the well, and if they float, they're a witch, and if they don't, well, oh well. At least we knew that we found out if they were a witch or not. Oh, I have to go back and report, and then he'll be like, go to Witch Drop, and I'm like, I knew that. Why'd I have to come back and tell you? Alright, I don't know how to get back inside anymore. They've taken Lord Francis to Witch Drop? This is madness! The Inquisitor does not have sufficient ground to subject him to that manner of trial. I will not stand idly by and allow an innocent man to die, Darcy. Oh, that's up here there. Die. Darcy, I would dispatch you and one of my knights to Witchdrop to forestall the proceedings, until such time as I am able to join you and petition Inquisitor Guillaume in person. I will endeavor not to keep you waiting too long. Do whatever you must to keep Lord Fratzel alive. Whatever I must, huh? Okay. Are you actually sending, like, a knight with me? That's kind of cool. I just really like the slow parts of this game. Not the, like, slow, dragging main quest, but the, like, standing here in the snow and watching the sunset over the mountains and, like, whatever that is. Hey! Oh, for a second there I thought you were Sid and Alphanod, and I thought we were actually going to get some, like, updated commentary, but no. Lol, you should do a beautiful landscape stream sometime. Just show the game out to people. Yeah, no, I should. You're, like, actually correct. I don't know if that would be interesting to watch, but there is a stream where I just, in the middle of it, walked. Like, I had to go up to up the side of a mountain for some reason, and I got up there and I just saw the sunset and I just stopped and no, but the sunrise. I just got up there and went, oh, it's a sunrise, and I just sat there for like 10 minutes watching the sunrise, and then I left again. Just like in the middle of my stream, because I was like, I like this. This is nice. Like, anyway. Hi, Hurlinette. Do I know you? Have I been introduced to you before? Oh, you're the knight. You're the knight that was sent with me. Very good. Hail, Darcy. As you can see, Lord Fratzel yet lives. We must try to reason with the Inquisitor. But if his guards judge us as a threat, we must also be prepared to defend ourselves. This means literally killing them, because it's a video game. Yeah, sure, let's do it. Level 42? I'm level 43. Let's go! Right, of course, it's one of these missions. The, like, you have an NPC with you. Don't let them die! I don't... Were you French, maybe? Jocelyn Charlemagne Francel de Harenol. You stand accused of heresy against the Holy See of Ishgard. If there aught you wish to say in your defense, is there aught? Hear me, brothers. These charges are false. The men and women of my line have ever opposed the Dravanians, and I am no different. Since the very birth of our nation, we have gladly shed blood in service of the Holy See. Condemn me, and you will strike a blow for the enemies of Ishgard. It's a pretty good speech. I mean, I said it poorly, but you know. It is for Helon to judge, if you speak the truth. Prove your innocence in the eyes of gods and men. Leap from the cliff, and entrust your fate to the Fury. The righteous shall take their place in Helon's halls, while the wicked shall reveal their Draken forms and be put to the sword. Right. It's literally the same as throw the witch in the ocean. The witch will float. A real person, like, if a witch's magic will save her from this fate, and if you are human, you will die, right? And they're saying, we're gonna throw you in a pit, and if you're a dragon, you will grow wings and save yourself. But if you're not a dragon, you'll fall in the pit. And presumably die? It doesn't say that. It just says that you'll take your place in the halls. Maybe as like a martyr is the idea? I don't know. Maybe that's what they mean. In the name of House Fortemps, I beseech you, stay your hand. I think that was the guy helping us, because we need someone to talk for us in these cutscenes, because we don't talk. You're cute. Inquisitor, we are come on behalf of Lord Harshaphant. My lord has uncovered evidence which suggests that the charges against Lord Francel are without merit. We humbly request that these proceedings be suspended until such time as a full re-examination of the facts have been conducted. Lord Rochefort has allowed his personal relationship with the accused to cloud his judgment. That he should harbor private doubts, I might have allowed, but that he would dare interfere in legal proceedings sanctioned by the Holy See, I cannot. Do you think they have, like, their own special, like, legal jurisdiction outside of the rest of Heresy? It seems that way. And it makes me wonder if, like, all of the different, like, city-states do, right? Like, Gridania, Limsa Limitsa, and Ulda. I would imagine that they all have their own, like, legal, like, internal legal, like, workings. And it seems like what they're trying to do is they're trying to present Korthus as, like, another city-state. It's just not a city-state you can start the game in, which is kind of interesting. I'm not entirely sure, like, what the implications of that are, but it's kind of interesting that, like, yeah, there's, like, also this other one that's part of Eorzea, but is not, like, the big three, I guess. It's still, like, big enough to have its own jurisdiction and rules, though. I don't know. To defy the will of an Inquisitor is to commit heresy, a crime for which there is but one punishment. Being thrown in the hole? No, this is a trial, as opposed to a punishment. We have admitted to be heretics because we're attempting treason, or something similar. Whereas Francel is on trial for heresy. Important distinction. We must hold them until Lord Rochefort arrives, Darcy. And remember, no harm can come to the Inquisitor. Oh, cool. So we actually aren't just going to straight up murder them. That's fun. I mean, I'm still going to use the exact same, like, attacks that I normally do. Oh! Defeat their guards. Interesting. We're actually not... We have to kill the guards, but we're not allowed to fight him? Is that what's going on here? That's kind of cool. Wait, what? What's going on? The guy's over here. Where? What? What are my allies doing? This will not be forgotten. Do we have to kill that thing too? Pick up the rosary. Ah, there it is. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't think we'd have to fight that wyvern. It seemed like it wouldn't be necessary. You obtained the Draconian Rosary. Duty complete! It is not our intention to defy the will of the Archbishop. Oh! Right, he said he'd come join us, so he was the backup. I didn't actually realize who the backup was. That's awesome. That's actually really cool. I like that a lot. That was well done. But this trial, like many others I fear, has been orchestrated by enemies of the House of Hyanar. They have used you and your fellows to sow discord, Inquisitor, to set brother against brother, that we may tear ourselves apart. The fevered imaginations of a desperate man. What proof have you of this? I found this rosary. By the Fury, the Draconian Rosary, then the knight who refused to yield, it was he who summoned the wyvern. A heretic in the ranks of the Temple Knights, this is a grave implication. This has grave implications. Your claims would appear to have merit. Lord Rochefort, I shall withdraw my charges against Lord Francel, pending further investigation. I have lost this voice, and I apologize. I trust you have not lost sight of that which have brought you to Korthus, Darcy. Pray, locate your errant airship and use it. Yeah, I mean, I could have just told you, like, hey, I'm using the airship to, like, save the world from a primal threat. Like, wouldn't that have been good enough? I mean, I'm glad I got to help people. Like, it is one of those things, right? We're like, you're a hero coming here for a reason. Like, if I think of this like, we are going on a quest from point A to point, Z, and every town along the way is going to happen to have trouble we run into and we save them from, right? Because we're the good guys, we're heroes, right? A very, very classic format. And that's kind of what they're going for, I think, right? I came here for one thing, but I happened to intercept this heretic plot, and I got to save people, right? I'm supposed to feel like a hero after all of this. Like, I didn't come here to save you, but I'm such a good, heroic person that I did save you. And, like, maybe they would be able to convey that if I wasn't forced into it, right? Like, I don't mean that, like, I'm not mechanically forced into it. You can still have it be a required quest without the narrative feeling forced, right? Like, I came here for help, and everyone goes, oh, yeah, we'll definitely help you. You're such a good person. Yeah, we'll do that. And then something happens, and they go, please help us. Not, hey, you have to help us or we won't bother helping you, right? Have them be helpful, and then I'll want to help them, as opposed to have them force me to help them. You know what I'm saying? They do this every time, right? If instead I showed up and I said, can you help me? And they said, yeah, totally. What do you need? And we walk outside and a dragon is there and we go, holy crap, a dragon! Can you help us? You're an adventurer, right? And we go, yeah, of course I can help you. I'll help you, and of course I will, right? It shifts the narrative in such a way that I don't feel, like, mad about helping people. I should want to help people. I should. Yeah. Lord Hoshafan, I have not the words to express my gratitude, but why would you risk your reputation to save mine? Because I know you, boy. You're too loyal to betray Ishgard, and too devout to question your sentence. Had we been any slower, you'd have jumped of your own free will. That's true. I've played that kind of character before, who's like, you know what? You know what? I have faith. I'll jump. If that's the thing that my order has instructed me to do, I will do that, even though they're wrong, right? Like, I've played that character. I would have done whatever it took to redeem House Hyanite. Praise alone it did not come to that, but it profits us little to dwell on what might have been. Let us quit this place. Darcy, pray visit me at Camp Dragonhead once you have recuperated. Because for a place that hates dragons, we really named everything after dragons, didn't we? Ba, 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 ba. Alright, let's see where this goes. How are you going to close out this little storyline? You look well, Darcy. May I say what a pleasure it was to fight alongside such a fearless and skilled warrior. Thank you. I'm really more of a fisher. This is kind of a hobby for me. Were it not for you, Lord Francel would surely have died defending the honor of his house, and I might well have perished at the hands of a heretic and his wyvern. House Fortemps and House Hanar shall never forget your service. Now, let us return to the matter of your missing enterprise. The final flight of the Enterprise. Lord Hoshafal would like to introduce you to his witness. The man with knowledge of the Enterprise awaits you outside. I pray his information proves useful to you. Alright. Let's go. Hey, where did Sid go? Sid was standing right here. Where? This is the time when we needed you, Sid. Where did you go? Do you not exist so that you can walk in from the, off screen? Discomposed cataloger? What? How quickly the commoners' opinions changed. They say Lord Francel's innocent now, but just a few days prior... Anyway, you were inquiring as to the whereabouts of an airship last seen in Corthus several days before the calamity, yes? I'm so sorry I gave him this voice. Well, it so happens that I was monitoring the night sky at the observatorium during that period. I recall that a small vessel came from the direction of Gridania and landed near the Stone Vigil in the far northwest. Now, don't get that confused with the Steel Vigil. That's a completely different place. I know. I mean, I think we thought it was a really good name at the time. Like, yeah, they're both vigils and they have different, materials. But stone and steel sound so similar that people get lost a lot. If we named one like iron and the other one stone, I think it would have really helped a lot. You know what I'm saying? The garrison almost certainly seized the vessel and brought it within their walls. If so, then you would need an army of knights to have any hope of securing it. Though Lord Harshaphon is, from all indications, quite fond of you, so mayhap he can lend you a few. In any case, I have done my part. I shall pray for your success, friend. Is it a dungeon? Are we doing a dungeon? Alright, let's go back inside. Just have a cutscene. Just have a cutscene. There's no reason for me to run back and forth outside. Oh, so you've at last located the Enterprise. No, we haven't. Some guy told me I was in a building or something, and I haven't seen it yet. Maybe it's not there. I believe congratulations are in order. Thanks. The Stone Vigil. Perhaps I spoke too soon. The outpost has been held by the dragons for years, and all access is restricted by decree of House Durandare. I bet a fisher could sneak in. They're really stealthy. I will write a letter to Lord Draymont of White Brim Front and request that he grant you permission to enter. That said, I fear my influence alone will not suffice, so I suggest that you request Lord Francel do the same. Now that your business in Camp Dragonhead is concluded, I suspect we may not meet again for some time. I wish you well in your journeys, Darcy. May Helon guide you. I gotta go back to Francel now. Why? This step is unnecessary. There's no reason that I should have to go back to Francel again just to get a second invitation to White Brim. I know I'm going to White Brim. Just let me go to White Brim. What's the point of this? And you might say the point is, oh, we want to have a scene where Francel, tells you something, right? We want to have a scene. Just have Francel here. Francel stopped at Camp Dragonhead on the way back home, so he's here for the scene. Just combine those scenes. Wonderful to see you again, Darcy. If there's anything I can do to repay you, name it. So the airship you seek is likely inside the Stone Vigil. It shames me to say that it, too, was once an outpost held by House Hyanar. In the chaos that followed the calamity, the Dravian horde caught us unawares. The fiends have held the outpost ever since. As we lack the strength of arms to retake the Stone Vigil, House Durandare instead has been charged with the duty. Given that, I doubt that my words will carry much weight with Lord Draymont. Nevertheless, I will write you your letter. Before you depart, a word of caution. The cravens who attempted to destroy House Hyanar have yet to be unmasked. Though their plans were foiled, they doubtless still harbor great hatred towards us, and towards you now as well. So, okay, they wanted me to talk to this guy first because... Wait, I don't need to go back to... I thought this is where Durandare was. Don't need to go down here at all. So yeah, this was just a complete waste of time. I'll turn in this quest. We'll see what they say. I expect they're going to be like, cool, you have access to go into the dungeon, and then we'll do the dungeon next time. That's what I'm expecting to see. But I've expected the dungeon like twice already. That's not true. I think only once, but still. So I'm not really sure if it's just going to like continue to bleed into the next thing or not. You desire an audience with Lord Dreamon, do you? Ha! I desire a night in a warm bed with my wife, but wishing won't make it so. Aw, you okay, buddy? I'm sorry. I have Harshafon's letter, which is a glowing letter of introduction addressed to House Durandare. And I also have Francel's letter, a glowing letter of introduction addressed to House Durandare. Oh, you didn't? Okay. I thought maybe it was gonna... When I read the first one, I was like, a glowing introduction, huh? Is the other one gonna be like a mediocre introduction? Because that'd be really funny. But no. What do you have there? Letters from Lords Harshfont and Francel, is it? I likely... Oh, you're serious? What to do? What to do? I leveled up! And I learned Surecast, apparently. Ye of little faith. Sir Brunder seems ill-inclined to help you. I think we're gonna call it there for tonight. This does not look like it's going anywhere fast enough for me to wrap it up with a bow, so we're just gonna call it there. So, without anything fanciful happening, I'm just gonna say goodnight. This has been Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. I have been DarcyBits. Welcome to Korthus. I actually really like this region of the world. It's pretty and snowy, and I like snow, and it also is just like has really fun fishing. I didn't really talk. I sort of was mentioning how I liked the fishing in the area, but like there's this one little like cave stream you can go into and fish, and if you do that, like there's a weird boss monster that spawns behind you that will ignore you, and it only spawns in response to other players literally doing the quest that spawns it. And you can just, like, between casts, like, punch this giant salamander in the face and help out friends. It's really fun, and I enjoy it a lot. It's, like, a weirdly simple pleasure, but it's cool. Anyway, we're moving along. We're moving along. Have a good night.